Hi everyone. Welcome to Exam Cracks. This video contains Microsoft Azure Fundamentals Exam AZ-900 questions 321 to 340. Question number 321. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true. Otherwise, select no. Statement A. From the Azure portal, you can distinguish between services that are generally available and services that are in public preview. Statement B. After an Azure service becomes generally available, the service is no longer updated with new features. Statement C. When you create Azure resources for a service in public preview, you must recreate the resources once the service becomes generally available. The correct answers are Statement A, yes. Statement B, no. Statement C, no. Question number 322. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true. Otherwise, select no. Statement A. When using an Azure Express route connection, inbound data traffic from an on-premises network to Azure is always free. Statement B. Outbound data traffic from Azure to an on-premises network is always free. Statement C. Data traffic between Azure services within the same Azure region is always free. The correct answers are Statement A, yes. Statement B, no. Statement C, yes. Question number 323. Your company has an Azure subscription that contains the following unused resources: 20 user accounts in Azure Active Directory, 5 groups in Azure AD, 10 public IP addresses, 10 network interfaces. You need to reduce the Azure costs for the company. Which unused resources should you remove? The correct answer is B. The public IP addresses. Question number 324. To complete the sentence, select the appropriate option in the answer area. If an Azure virtual machine has a status of stopped, deallocated, you will continue to pay for dash. Your options are compute capacity, I/O operations, networking, storage. The correct answer is storage. Question number 325. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true. Otherwise, select no. Statement A. Storing 1 terabyte of data in Azure Blob Storage will always cost the same, regardless of the Azure region in which the data is located. Statement B. When you use a general-purpose V2 Azure storage account, you are only charged for the amount of data that is stored. All read and write operations are free. Statement C. Transferring data between Azure storage accounts in different Azure regions is free. The correct answers are Statement A, no. Statement B, no. Statement C, no. Question number 326. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true. Otherwise, select no. Statement A. In Azure Active Directory Premium P2, at least 99.9% availability is guaranteed. Statement B. The service level agreement for Azure Active Directory Premium P2 is the same as the SLA for Azure Active Directory Free. Statement C. All paying Azure customers receive a credit if their monthly uptime percentage is below the guaranteed amount in the service level agreement. The correct answers are Statement A, yes. Statement B, no. Statement C, yes. Question number 327. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true. Otherwise, select no. Statement A. Adding resource groups in an Azure subscription generates additional costs. Statement B. Copying 10 gigabytes of data to Azure from an on-premises network over a VPN generates additional Azure data transfer costs. Statement C. Copying 10 gigabytes of data from Azure to an on-premises network over a VPN generates additional Azure data transfer costs. The correct answers are Statement A, no. Statement B, no. Statement C, yes. Question number 328. Who can use the Azure Total Cost of Ownership calculator? Your options are A. Billing readers for an Azure subscription only. B. Owners for an Azure subscription only. C. Anyone. D. All users who have an account in Azure Active Directory that is linked to an Azure subscription only. The correct answer is C. Anyone. Question number 329. To complete the sentence, select the appropriate option in the answer area. You deploy an Azure resource. The resource becomes unavailable for an extended period due to a service outage. Microsoft will dash. Your options are: refund your bank account, migrate the resource to another subscription, credit your Azure account, send you a coupon code that you can redeem for Azure credits. The correct answer is credit your Azure account. Question number 330. Which task can you perform by using Azure Advisor? Your options are: A. Integrate Active Directory and Azure Active Directory. B. Estimate the costs of an Azure solution. C. Confirm that Azure subscription security follows best practices. D. Evaluate which on-premises resources can be migrated to Azure. The correct answer is C. Confirm that Azure subscription security follows best practices. Question number 331. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true. Otherwise, select no. Statement A. If your company uses an Azure free account, you will only be able to use a subset of Azure services. Statement B. All Azure free accounts expire after a specific period. Statement C. You can create up to 10 Azure free accounts by using the same Microsoft account. The correct answers are: Statement A, no. Statement B, yes. Statement C, no. Question number 332. You have an Azure application that uses the services shown in the following table. How should you calculate the composite SLA for the application? Your options are: A. 0.999 into 0.9999 equals to 0.9989001 and equals to 99.89001%. B. 0.999 divided by 0.9999 equals to 0.9991 and 99.91%. C. Maximum of 0.999 and 0.9999, which equals to 0.9999 and 99.99%. D. Minimum of 0.999 and 0.9999, which equals to 0.999 and 99.9%. The correct answer is A. 0.999 into 0.9999 equals to 0.9989001 and equals to 99.89001%. Question number 333. Select the answer that correctly completes the sentence. Dash provide access to unused Azure compute capacity at deep discounts. Your options are: Azure Container Instances, Azure Reserved Virtual Machine Instances, Azure Spot Virtual Machine Instances, Azure Virtual Machine Scale Sets. The correct answer is Azure Spot Virtual Machine Instances. Question number 334. Select the answer that correctly completes the sentence. To save on the costs of an unused Azure virtual machine that runs Windows 10, you should dash. Your options are: disconnect the virtual machine during a remote desktop session, put the virtual machine in sleep mode from a remote desktop session, select stop for the virtual machine from the Azure portal, shut down the virtual machine from a remote desktop session. The correct answer is: select stop for the virtual machine from the Azure portal. Question number 335. Select the answer that correctly completes the sentence. All Azure services that are in public preview are dash. Your options are: provided without any documentation, only configurable from Azure CLI, excluded from the service level agreements, only configurable from the Azure portal. The correct answer is excluded from the service level agreements. Question number 336. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true. Otherwise, select no. Statement A. A company has complete control of the resources and security for its private cloud. Statement B. A hybrid cloud solution enables a company to control whether its applications run on premises or in the cloud. Statement C. Companies are responsible for capital expenditure when they scale up a virtual machine hosted in a public cloud. The correct answers are Statement A, yes. Statement B, yes. Statement C, no. Question number 337. Which service level agreement is provided for Azure services in public preview? Your options are A. Each service defines its own SLA. B. The SLA will be 99%. C. The SLA will be 1% less than the general availability SLA. D. The SLA will be 99.95%. The correct answer is A. Each service defines its own SLA. Question number 338. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true. Otherwise, select no. Statement A. The cost of outbound traffic from Azure is the same for all Azure regions. B. Purchasing Azure services through an enterprise agreement requires you to spend a predetermined amount. Statement C. Microsoft defines the pricing structure of all third-party services sold through Azure Marketplace. The correct answers are Statement A, no. Statement B, yes. Statement C, yes. Question number 339. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true. Otherwise, select no. Statement A. Pay-as-you-go is a consumption-based model. B. Payments to cloud service providers are considered capital expenditures. C. The services provided through a consumption-based model are considered operational expenditures. The correct answers are Statement A, yes. Statement B, no. Statement C, yes. Question number 340. What is the longest term you can purchase for Azure reserved VM instances? Your options are A. 1 year. B. 5 years. C. 4 years. D. 3 years. The correct answer is D. 3 years. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked the video. If it is useful, please do go ahead and like, comment and share the video. If you have not subscribed the channel yet, please subscribe and hit the bell icon below to get notified of my new videos. Take care until we meet next time.